Okay, now I'm Debbie, and I'm the inventor of the NEVERknead, and we're going to use this poly clay called CERNIT. It's not one I usually work with, but I do have a little bit of it, and let's see what we can do with an unopened pack here. The hardest part's getting the package open. Okay, here we go. Okay, now first I did not clean my plate from the last color, which I believe was the Kato blue. You might have seen that video. So we're just going to wipe. I usually just use a paper towel with something like Windex. And just be sure to, go every which way. It's definitely a lot easier to clean than a pasta machine, which I find takes forever to clean because there's all the little parts and it shreds clay all over the place. Anyway, we should be good to go. Here's that entire block again, as you can see. CERNIT, or I think that's how it's pronounced. Let's try to just squish the whole block, shall we? And I don't want to fold it over, so let's stop right there and turn it. Because as I've said before, when you fold over clay, that's where you introduce air. And you probably don't want air in your clay. So you can see already it's taking a nice cube-like shape. And if you really want to make it easier on yourself, you might want to just, break up a whole block of clay in half. And just do half and half at a time. That's even easier. But if you want to do an entire block, you certainly can. With most clays, I mean, unless it's like an old block and it's massively hard and crumbly, in which case you'll want to break it in half, add a little maybe liquid conditioner to it, and then knead the two halves. And then once the two halves are conditioned, then join them together and knead them together. You can see it always compacts on itself. So you're never introducing air into the clay, which is great. Because I always had problems with getting little air bubbles in the clay, and I don't like that, and I'm sure you don't either. So when you do this method where you're rotating into like a cube-like fashion, then you never really are folding it over and there's no air being put into it, which is awesome. And you can see it's getting pretty smooth already. This is nice clay. I like this. Maybe I should use this. I'm not endorsing any particular clay, but I think they're all good. So whatever your preference is. Now, I would say this one is pretty smooth. But you can NEVERknead as long as you want until it's the consistency that you prefer. This is looking very nice and smooth. If I can roll this without hitting the camera. Okay. There we go.